So hi there, peeps. How are you? It's your friendly neighborhood owl, dude. And I have my two little buddies here. Oh yeah. Burb A and Burb B. Both burbs. Now of course we have Keto the parakeeto and Mutsu the mystery quail. My buddies. Keto's superpowers are two. He has his first superpower is he can fly. Can you fly? He can fly. He's got a superpower. His second superpower is really even more powerful. He has the ability to give you the most patronizing, condescending looks in the most sassy and discriminating and sort of judgmental way to let you know that, this is all your fault. Everything. That's how he is. And of course, Mutsu the mystery quail. Yeah. So these are my two little sidekicks. And see there on my microwave, KTUH 90.1 FM, Honolulu. So I am the owl. And for those who don't know who I am, I spent 2 decades, from 20 years basically, broadcasting on 90.1 FM Honolulu. And I'm going to do a show either next week or the week after. And here is the wall, and I am in my little cave. People in the past, they didn't live in the caves. The caves were like a church. They were like an ancient Roman Catholic cathedral, like Notre Dame, with stained glass windows that have the Virgin Mary or something on them. That's how you see cave art. It's something like that. They didn't live in a cave. Who wants to friggin' live in a cave? No, they were places of spiritual transformation and understanding. So I'll show you a little bit here. Here's the wall, and I'll just go over here real fast and just show you, because we don't have much good light in there, of course, and some of these things. And what is this, that, the other thing? But I was going to talk to you real fast there, of course, is Leonard Nimoy, and I'm a great fan of his. And but what I really want to talk to you about is right here. It's John Lennon. And okay, so let's walk over here and check it out. It's the Beatles. But which Beatles? Because there's 7 Beatles. Of course, this is George Harrison, John Lennon, Ringo Starr, and of course, the one and only Billy Shears, Bill Shepherd. That's right. And if you want to know what the first Paul looks like, I have it right here. So there's 2 Pauls, of course, for anybody who knows what they're talking about. Just like there's Burb A and Burb B, there's Captain B for it. There is Paul McCartney A and Paul McCartney B. And the one and only Billy Shears is the second, Paul McCartney, who is very much alive. And he has given his son the name James McCartney, which is the father of the real bio Paul McCartney. But Bill Shepherd is a good guy, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and here introduce this book. This is my copy right here. It is The Memoirs of Billy Shears by Thomas U. Harriot. Thomas U. Harriot, he's a good guy too. He's a friend. And he's a Jack Mormon. And I have lots of Jack Mormon friends in Utah. And that's another story for another day. And I should go to Utah and perhaps open up a Kali temple. And all the Mormons can come and worship Lord Ramakrishna. all right. Hey, look, whatever's, okay? So, definitely, this artwork was done by Bill Shepherd right here. You see this? What does that mean? Well, that's the 3 of them, right? And there's Paul from the grave. That's John, George, and Ringo. And that, of course, is Paul. And it's funny, people want to know the truth, but when you actually tell them the truth, they don't want to know that. In the future, the historians will write the true history of our age. And it will seem almost as if you have been living on another planet all this time. Because everything worth knowing is a lie. Everything worth knowing is a lie. That's a fact. Why? Well, this is the most severe limited age, the Kali Yuga age. And there have been many ages. So just like you pass and come back again, I don't want to use metempsychosis in that way because time doesn't exist in that way. But you have numerous lives, just like we collectively have numerous civilizations. And we have been here for many millions of years, whether you want to believe that or not. It's true. And there have been many different ages, which are group incarnations, just like you have individual incarnations. The last one ended about 11,500 years ago. There's David Bowie. I love him. It ended about 11,500 years ago after a giant ball of ice broke into about 3 or more pieces and crashed into a giant glacier that was located on North America. And that was the nail in the coffin to an age that had existed for over 100,000 years. Try to imagine going to history class, and in history class, you have to learn a few 100,000 years of history. Try to imagine that. Well, that's how it was like. And the chalkboard was wiped clean at that point. There were actually 2 massive destructions before that, but the civilization continued itself. It did. And the nail in the coffin was the ice ball that crashed 11,500 years ago. And it's ironic because previously us, meaning all of us, would have been capable of dealing with it. But through infighting and through anti-dharmic action, they were not prepared for what was coming. They couldn't stop it, although they knew it was coming. They saw it coming on a collision course, and it sure as flock hit us. And that was the end. They didn't realize that the damage would be as much as it was. I don't really think anybody was predicting that it would be the end of the age. Perhaps a few. So Plato was essentially right. And for instance, the Sumerian story and the version that the Hebrews copied from Babylon and Sumeria, the Noah's Ark story, is basically a garbled morality tale version of Plato's story, which appears in Tridius and Croius. Okay? The story of Atlantis, which was destroyed in a terrible day and night. However, Plato doesn't tell you why or how. He tells you perhaps why in his own metaphorical way, but he doesn't actually tell you how. And it ended because a giant ball of ice is. Now, we are about to end the New Age, which is coming. And the New Age is about to dawn. Ages come and go. This age is a very weird one. It's going to end by a successful slave revolt. That's right. Strangely enough, our age is one of the weirdest. It's going to end not through destruction by flood, not through destruction by fire. It's not going to end because of a massive nuclear war. It's going to end because a successful slave revolt overthrows the powers that be. They overthrow the powers that be. And what's going to happen after that is an age of the most advanced occult science of Dharma, of the heart chakra, mixed with the most advanced science of technology. Something like Star Wars. If you want to know what our future is like, watch Star Wars. It's not going to be like Star Trek, because in Star Trek, the people themselves have not changed. Only the technology has become more advanced. But in Star Wars, the people themselves can change. And that's how it was, and that's how it's going to be. Mark my words on all of this. One of the things that keeps our society back, however, is, strangely enough, conspiring. It's conspiring. And there are many who have conspired to keep the truth from you. So in the future, the historians will write not just the true story of our age, which you don't know, but the future historians will write the future, the history of the past ages, which you have forgotten. You have forgotten. But the world that's going on now is so different from the one that you believe that it's unrecognizable to anybody who knows. So let's get back to this book by Tommy Harriet. Here it is. It is, of course, the memoirs of Billy Shears. This book has no advertising. It has no promos. You need to find this book. You need to find it. Okay, so I am telling you to go and get it and read it. Who is Bill Shepard? Well, he tells you. So let me introduce to you the one and only Billy Shears and the story of Bill Shepard, which is a story that you have not known. Go and buy this book. It has 666 pages, 66 chapters. Bill Shepard is a very, very advanced member of the cabal which controls our planet. Okay? And